Just watched Severance Season 2, Episode 6 titled Attila, and Mark S., yeah, he's in big trouble. His reintegration symptoms have been ramping up over the last few episodes, but this one cranks it up to a whole new level. Last episode it was just a cough. Now it's full-on nosebleeds, regular headaches, and these intense flashes of memory. It's getting to the point where he can't even tell what's real anymore. What's happening in front of him versus memories from his innie and outie selves. At this point, as a viewer, you're just hoping he stops before he kills himself. But then there's Reghabi, still pushing him to speed up the process by flooding his chip, which could literally cause hemorrhaging. I said in my last video that I didn't trust her, and after this episode, that feeling's only gotten stronger. She seems way too desperate to know if Mark remembers anything about the Xbox haul. And funnily enough, there's only one other person obsessed with the Xbox haul, Irving. Could they somehow be working together? Anyway, at first, Mark says no to the celebrating process, but then bam, random run-in with Helena at a Chinese restaurant. Let's be real, she's so obviously stalking him. But is it because she wants to relive the connection that she had with Innie Mark? Or has a certain Miss Wong reported back to her about his symptoms and erratic behaviour? Either way, the way she accidentally misnames Gemma, which is 100% on purpose by the way, pushes Mark over the edge. Next thing you know, we're back in Mark's grimy basement where they reopen a hole in his head and flood his chip. Super hygienic, right? Afterward, his reality fractures even more and he eventually faints during a conversation with Devon. Now, I doubt Severance is about to go Game of Thrones and kill off Mark, but beyond the physical toll, it's wild to think about how this reintegration is reshaping both him and the story. Meanwhile, love, or maybe just lust, is definitely in the air at Lumen. The MDR team basically skips work to get busy. LER and Innie Mark hook up, and Dylan kisses his outie's wife during a visitation. So technically, Dylan's wife is cheating on Dylan with Dylan. What the f? Irving's story takes a strange turn too. He has dinner with Burt and his husband Fields, but it's awkward vibes all around, especially when Fields casually drops a comment about unprotected sex on the severed floor. And while that's happening, someone who looks a lot like Drummond breaks into Irving's apartment, uncovering his secret map and Lumen directory. But here's where it gets interesting. Fields slips up and mentions Burt has worked at Lumen for 20 years. That's 8 years before Severance Tech even existed. So, is Burt actually a higher up at Lumen? And was that dinner party just a decoy to get Irving out of the house so Drummond could snoop? That's not to discount Irving though, because I get the feeling he's playing his own secret game too. And quick note, Milchick mentions that Miss Wong can only graduate from Wintertide with his approval. No clue what Wintertide is yet, but paired with Cold Harbour, I'm thinking there must be some sort of connection. And speaking of Milchick, watching him this season feels like a Get Out spin-off. That scene where he's forcing himself to arrange the paper clips and dumb down his speech, genuinely unsettling. I feel bad for him, but also low-key terrified. But yeah, I love this episode. It blends love, identity, and corporate control so well, and really sets the stage for some serious twists in the back half of the season. Let me know your thoughts on the episode and predictions for the next one too.